Well, we made it to the ferry.
The end of our trip was upon us. It was palpable. It wasn't that we were reminded by our phones, which were largely neglected for the entirety of the vacation. It wasn't the growing stack of emails because we didn't care to look. It wasn't even the Casio on my wrist or the itinerary that really made us feel like the end was near. There was an instinct to start paying attention to all our senses. Our noses searched for something it may have missed. Our skin pushed goosebumps towards the sun. My mouth more inquisitive and not so full of jokes and laughter. Everything became about the absorption of the setting, so that when we're back in Canada, waiting out the remaining months of winter, we can remember the feeling of playing chicken with the sun and the sound of overlapping waves and sizzling grills, when beer tasted better and life wasn't all about the logistics of living. In this episode, before saying farewell to you and yet another country we'll never shut up about, we'll get a car and drift around from one beach bar to the next, watching the great reveal of the giant yellow ball in the sky and staying under it until the moon enters the set and a new cast of pleasant feelings takes the stage. We'll be doing what most vacationers do, which is basically nothing. Will it drive us nuts? Will it force me into the throes of introspection? Or will we slip into a catatonic state of euphoric relaxation? Welcome back, folks, to Vaans World. Look around online and you'll find some mixed reviews of Nicaragua, many of them not so flattering. Some say it's too hot, some say they felt unsafe, and most just didn't do it right at all. But since when do we trust the public's opinion on anything? Let's face it, most people are stupid. Most of these harshly evolved Neanderthals don't have the mental fortitude to climb their way out of a bad mood created by something trivial like their least favorite brand of almond milk. Those people, those are the ones who write reviews more than anyone. The biggest mouths have the smallest brains, as they say.
We've come to this volcano in Masaya. I've never been to an active volcano before, so I'm pretty excited. I haven't looked in yet. First of all, Olivia's dad, Rudolfo, somehow got us this car. I don't know how. Did he steal it? I don't know. But we basically showed up at this house thing, gave the guard, he just said something to the guard, and the guard gave us the keys to this thing. And it's a great car, so we get to borrow this for the next, 5 days?
6 days, right?
For the rest of our trip, so it should make getting around a lot easier. Anyway, you can see behind me all the sulfuric acid smoking out of the volcano. And when it rains, it's acid rain, but the plants love it. And up there is a super creepy cross at the top of the mountain. But anyway, the volcano's back there, and I'm gonna go check it out now. And so are you. You're gonna love it.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
You can't really see the fire yet.
No?
No, maybe from up, but it starts to get quite overwhelming.
Whoa.
Tiene mejor cámara él para distancia. Se siente fuerte.
Eso es trampa.
Well, you couldn't see the lava. In order to see the lava, the conditions have to be right. The wind has to be strong enough to blow all the smoke out of the way, and it needs to be dark enough. But sadly, you can't be here past 5 p.m. because a long time ago, somebody committed suicide by jumping into the lava, which is an interesting way to go, but creative no less. I guess if you have to do it, that's a pretty good way.
What is this? I mean, like, what is this? This is a narangha, which means orange in Spanish. Narangha something.
Agria.
With a G? A-G?
Yeah.
Agria.
Naranja agria.
Okay. Well, let's cut it open and have a little closer look-see here. I'm told what it is a splice between oranges and limes, right?
Yes.
And it's mostly used for juice and cooking and stuff. But I love limes, and I like oranges, so I thought I wanted to try one of these just kind of the way it is. Let's have a go. Hang on, I had to try a different slice. I don't know, it's kind of like underwhelming in every way. Like, there's no sourness, there's no sweetness. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like all the texture of an orange but no flavor. Is that how they are?
Sometimes.
So you take an orange and a lime and you splice them together, and what you get is a flavorless pulp. How can that be? That's astonishing.
This morning, we are taking this sweet ride and driving to Laguna de Apoyo, and that is like on the way to Granada, but not really. It's this little lake that was created inside the basin of an exploded volcano.
My limited experience on this planet, it seems like the more developed countries seek to keep you from experiencing other countries. The travel advisories and news outlets have nothing but terrible things to say about pretty much anywhere but the seat you're sitting in, and even that should be a lazy boy if you want true harmony in your life. What is it that they would be hiding if that were the case? Is there something we shouldn't see out there beyond the borders and behind the curtain? I wonder what Canada would be like if everyone saw the world the way I do. Would anyone remain in their current lives? Would there be a mass exodus? Would it at least tone down the endless whining about freedom and other such falsehoods? Would the government be forced into finding ways to keep us from leaving? A little piece of the grand illusion is shattered for me every time I visit another country. A little piece that makes me weigh my own life against a different scale, the age-old conundrum of money and happiness. The market value of my time becomes bullish. Increasingly more dissatisfied is my opinion on how I spend my hours. How do I appropriately share and make comment on that experience for people who might suffer the terrible delusion of believing that where they are is the best place on earth? And is it even for me to try, or is it just a fun little mental exercise when the temptation to complain about something enters my brain?
What happened today so far? Not much. It's early. It's what, 9:15? I saw some guy piss in the sink yesterday at the swimming pool. I wish I hadn't seen that. It was unpleasant. Yeah, we had breakfast today. I watched herds of waddling rich people come in for feeding time at the trough. That was breakfast. They're stacking their plates like it was the apocalypse and it was the last meal they're ever gonna eat. That's fun. Anyway, no need to worry about that stuff. That's the end of the series. This is the big ending that we've all been waiting for. It's a crying shame, really. Have to head back into a frozen tundra. You know, we've still got one more day here, but it's just going to be all logistical stuff. Going to airports, going to Texas, then to Toronto, and then as soon as we land, we're moving apartments in Canada. So it gets busy, and then once we're back in Canada, we'll start charting our next adventure. Where will we go? I don't know. I really don't know. Try to go to some concerts this year. Get out and travel as well. Enjoy yourselves a little bit. Don't just doom scroll all day, okay? Don't worry about what people on Reddit think about the American education system. Like, don't think about that stuff. Just do your own thing. Pet your dog, feed your cat, look at your hamster. Anyway, enough of that. It was good seeing you. I hope you enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed making it. I mean, there's no way. I definitely enjoyed making this more than you're enjoying watching it, but I hope so. I hope you did. Yeah, clearly this is unscripted. Just have a good time. Have a good life. It was good seeing you. You know where to find me if you want to talk, you want to chat, you want to say something. Okay, that's good. Let's end this.
When you get here, you might notice all the foreigners, all the people from different areas of the world. Why, you might ask, inside your Western conditioned brain, why live here? Surely they aren't all missionaries or teachers, right? Are they the ones we see on TV late at night asking for donations to whatever televangelist church they use to excuse themselves as they shoehorn in their sneaky version of modern-day colonization? At first, when you land in Managua, you might see some garbage, some begging hands, some roads and buildings in disrepair, and you'll ask why. Why would anyone choose to live here? Because people do choose to live here instead of their more developed home countries, which, if you look on the trusty internet, by all means appear to be better or more advanced countries. But as you enter Nicaragua, everything is an improvement on the last thing you saw. The garbage slowly disappears and the palm trees come more into view. The begging hands turn into waves and fist bumps. Smoke comes from cigars rather than the exhaust pipes. That's when my gears begin to shift. By the end of the trip, I saw the people hanging out or helping each other, the billowing barbecues and soft cheeses, the condensation on glass bottles rolling down to the handmade hardwood tables, the mango trees and sun-kissed skin, and it begs the question, what do you actually need to live happily? Am I the fool? Is it a modern subway system and Starbucks on every corner that provides the best life? Or is it family, friends, good food, cold drinks, and a place to enjoy them all? I think sometimes what I see through the lens of this here camera is more true to a life than the life I see when it sits on the shelf at home. Thanks for following along. Drop a line and keep in touch. Tell me what's going on in your life. Don't be afraid to comment and don't be afraid to travel. See you next time, folks.
Italia.
Okay.